Welcome to Aries February 2022 Tarot reading. Hello Aries, and welcome to your February 2022 reading. I was just about to say 2021, but yeah. So February 2022, and what a time it's going to be, because the first thing that's happening in February is that it goes crash into a new moon in Aquarius, which is in your 11th house, and that's like a new intention to be setting into new intentions for friendships, new goals, being around new groups and organizations. This is a great time for doing that. And then we also have the full moon, which is in your 5th house, which is also very great to be releasing any like old type of creativity that you no longer need. This also is including children. This is new lovers, old lovers. And, I feel that some of you Aries may find it pretty easy actually, because you always like to move on to the new thing. Moving on to the new thing is very exciting for you. So this new moon is actually really nice, this new moon, full moon for you, which is in Leo. But I will be doing full videos, tarot videos for that. We also have Mercury going direct in your 11th house. So if anything that came up to do with like your friends and goals, even gained, if things were really stilted, there was things that you expected to happen, they didn't happen, they can start to flow through right now. And we also have so those are like the main. Also, let's not forget we have the sun going into Pisces, which is going to be in your 12th house. This is the time of resting, feeling the emotions. This is definitely a time that you guys may feel quite frustrated because you know that you may not have that much energy, but it is a great time to be doing any creativity behind the scenes, or even doing any spiritual practice behind the scenes too. So those are like the major themes that's going on for February for you. But when we come to like the tarot message story for you in February, these are for like the weeks of the month. I know I used to set it out differently, but these are definitely for the weeks of the month. So the first week, you have the 6 of Swords. And this is about you, Aries, moving on to something new. You are moving on to something that, you've always wanted to do. The 6 of Swords is about moving, coming through any upheavals in your life. And you are now moving on to something that is going to be more calming waters. I feel the energy for you is mostly you're moving up. There's things that you've probably learnt during the Mercury retrograde, and you now have thought about things, and now you're ready to actually move on. You're not going to be looking back. Some of you Aries may feel, some of you Aries may have felt January was quite turbulent in some ways. Turbulence as in things weren't moving fast enough for you, or there might have been gossip you heard, there might have something you found out about a friend, you found out about organization, or you found out something about yourself. And this also could be within your job. So now you are ready to move on to the new thing. I feel some of you may have, especially the first week, you could be hearing lots of like feeling, moving away, but you're also feeling quite positive. Again, you're not going to be looking behind, but it's all about you moving forward. But some of you may not be moving forward very quickly. This could be quite slow. There's a lot of planning that's going on. I feel for a lot of you Aries during the first week of February. Well, once the plans are gone into action, you are moving forward, moving away. And there's nothing wrong in looking back, because when we look back, we know that's something that's not meant to be in our lives. When we go to the second week, we have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is about young youthful energy, is also about good news. This news could be concerning a romance, a work project, a creative work project, new people coming into your life. It feels very much an exciting time. So yes, I feel for a lot of you, you know, you are not only moving away, but the second week is positive, as in there's going to be a lot more. I feel like some of you can be going to like parties or engagements some way. Could, you know, I feel like some of you are going to be really looking at yourself, like how you are, you know, visually, you know, you how you dress, and be wanting to just, you know, change up something, change it up, change up how you dress, change up your style. It's a really exciting time during the second week, because if some of you may be getting lots of engagements, as in being busy, being surrounded by lots of new people who are very creative, or they're just very out there. They could even be water signs as well, because this card represents water signs. So these people could be very emotionally creative, but they are doing something. They're creating something that is brand new that you actually want to be a part of. So this card is about messages. So you could be hearing messages from a friend of a friend of a friend. Great time for you, Aries. You know, obviously, if we're in, you know, if we can't meet people face to face, obviously it's going to be through Zoom, but there's going to be lots of engagements, lots of communication with different kind of groups and different kinds of people. When we come to the third week, you have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is about resting. It can also be not you know, it's about resting the mind more than anything, being willing to rest, being willing to keep calm, being willing to not make things go too crazy so that you can't, you know, relax. So during the third week, you know, because remember, these are entwined with like the full moon. And you know, when we have the full moon, sometimes we can be very overwhelmed, like emotionally overwhelmed. So with you, for the third week, you having the Three of Swords, sorry, the Four of Swords, I keep getting them mixed up for some reason. So you having the Four of Swords, I feel a lot of you could be, I feel that the energies and the messages that, you know, because the first 2 weeks are very like pretty life changing for you. The third week, a lot of you can be actually quite run down, because you guys could be taking a lot on. You know, I understand the excitement, but you could also be taking a lot on. So this card is also about meditation as well. So, you know, we are easing into, not necessarily in the third week, but we're easing into Pisces season. So you may be feeling that whole like sort of like burnout in during the third week. It's about resting. It's about listening to your body. Again, you know, I feel a lot of you are going to be planning for your future, but still having peace and quiet time, knowing when to have the fun and knowing when to have that peace and quiet time. And you know, some of you Aries, I feel that you're going to be feeling like if you're not doing something, that you're not being productive. But when like the eyes and the mind is tired, that's when it's time for you to just, you know, kick back and relax. It doesn't have to be sleeping. It could be with a nice book. It could be you watching TV, or, you know, things that are just not going to be on your mind, which is about work all the time. So some of you guys might find it quite hard to do that because you want to be productive. February is a very productive month for you. But you know, it can be also a spiritually aligning time. And speaking of that, when we come to the fourth week, and you know, we're easing out of Aquarius season, going into Pisces season. You have the High Priestess, which is a very, I actually love the High Priestess. You know, I wasn't really feeling her before, but anyway. But I say that it's because, you know, you don't keep pulling out those cards. But when you get the High Priestess, she's going to actually be helping you. It's like the third and fourth week is going to sort of like be entwined. So the High Priestess is about, you know, your spiritual knowledge. It's about the subconscious as well. It's to do with your sensitivity, your intuition. So, and also because this is going into Pisces week, this is a moon card, and Pisces is actually ruled by the moon as well. Not by the moon, but their card is the moon. So you know, going into Pisces season with this card, the last week, I feel a lot of you I feel the energies are like going into spirituality, listening to your intuition, trusting your judgment. So you guys may, especially coming from like the first week that you've met different types of people, especially who are water signs, they could have opened your eyes to a deeper spirituality. And you know, you've got Jupiter that's in your 12th house. So this is opening your eyes to spirituality. So this card is going to be definitely helping you. I feel that you guys may be more emotional during the last week, and you know, like I said, I feel you guys are going to be doing lots of like sort of like meditation work, but in a different way, not just sitting meditation. It could be walking meditation. I feel a lot of you are going to be slowing down a lot more. You're going to be listening more to your subconscious self. Like if you're washing the dishes and you hear a voice saying rest, I feel that you guys will be doing it because you're going to give yourself that permission to do it. So it does end very sensitive, and you know, so it should, because it's the time to go within. And yeah, you have a really nice February, Aries. You know, obviously it does slow down, but that's what the card messages are about. You know, they always tell a story. So, you know, it's about listening to yourself in the end, which is really good. So you're moving away, but you are listening to yourself. So Aries, that was your February 2022 reading. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If you would like a tarot reading, I offer tarot readings. Head to the description below. And also, you know, feel free to write comments to say how this month has been for you. And thank you very much for listening, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.